Welcome to level 15 out of 31 levels of the 613 degrees or rungs on Jacob's ladder. It is good practice to not covet. There are 3 degrees of coveting or being covetous. First comes jealousy, then comes envy, and lastly comes coveting. Jealousy is a suspicion of a rival or of one believed to enjoy an advantage. Envy is a resentful awareness of another's advantage. Covet is to desire enviously. So first comes a belief, then a truth, and then a desire to be equal to or better than another. A person first believes that another person is better than them. Maybe they have a better house, car, clothes, or another possession. This is called jealousy. Then a resentful, irritating, or annoying awareness sinks in, concluding that another person is better than the other. This is called envy. After the annoyance grows so strong that a person desires enviously and wants what the other person has very badly. Lastly, this is called coveting or to covet. There are many things we can covet: food, sex, clothing, money, wealth, power, prestige, honor, fame, respect, control, glory, knowledge, and many other things can be coveted as well. It is important to combat coveting with praise and adoration for others. Instead of being unconscious of the process of becoming covetous, we can raise our awareness and catch the reaction before it takes place. We can analyze what is going on in the scenario. By analyzing our thoughts, we can determine what exactly caused us to be covetous and to change our reaction, making it a positive one. A positive reaction would be to compliment that person, praise, and adore instead of being jealous, envious, and covetous. It is also good practice to not practice or use divination. Divination is the practice of trying to foretell future events, also called telling fortunes. In this case, it is a good practice to not foretell negativity or negative events from occurring. It is good to foresee possible dangers and prevent them from occurring, but it is not a good practice to intentionally foresee negativity in life and be a total pessimist. Another rung on the ladder is to not metaphorically burn actions or restraints. Burn metaphorically is to alter or injure an action or restraint intentionally. For instance, if you practice giving money to the poor and think it is a better idea to hold on to the money even if you don't need it and decide to give less money, this is burning or injuring a positive action. An example of burning a restraint is if you avoid insulting a friend for a handicap they have, and then one day you decide to partially insult them just because you feel like it. This is called burning a restraint. It is also important not to be a soothsayer. A soothsayer is someone who practices divination or fortune telling. So the first step of negativity would be to practice or use divination, and then if you enjoy prophesizing negatively and get satisfaction out of it and become a soothsayer, practicing or using divination routinely or regularly, this is called being a soothsayer. Both using divination and soothsaying are not appropriate practices because they are pessimistic and look at the glass half empty instead of half full. It is best to have a positive but realistic outlook on life and to avoid negative thoughts because sometimes negative thoughts can manifest in negative emotions, actions, restraints, and speech. It is also appropriate not to be a negative magician, enchanter, or sorcerer. A negative magician, enchanter, or sorcerer is someone who manipulates people and situations to benefit themselves egoistically and selfishly without anyone noticing. It is called magic because it is the art of using supernatural powers, extraordinary power of influence, and sleight of hand, being skillfully deceptive without someone noticing the trick and being unseen. It is always best to have concern for others in mind and to avoid manipulating others for one's own interest.